Did you know that there are a lot of useless YouTube analytics and you're looking at the wrong ones? Today I'm going to be sharing with you top 5 YouTube analytics that you need to know about. And I think the 5th one you haven't really looked at much. I don't know, you can tell me in the comments whether you have looked at it or not, but I'm excited to hear your answers. The first one, we're going to dive right into it. The first one is impressions to click-through rate. So I'm actually going to show you my YouTube channel over here. I'm excited about this. I'm going to show you what my analytics look like, so you're seeing it all. Of course, I'm just crossing 1,100 subscribers. I've gotten more than 6,000 views in the last month. I've gotten more than 230 watch hours, so I'm excited about that. Let's head on over to the Analytics tab. So the first one is impressions to CTR, or click-through rate. Now, actually, if you don't know what click-through rate is, I want you to check the description below because I left a video down there describing click-through rate a little bit better. It'll be like, what is click-through rate? If you don't know what click-through rate is, then click this link. It'll be in the description below, and that'll get you some more details about that. But to get to impressions to click-through rate, we're going to come over here to Reach, the Reach tab, scroll on down, and this is one of my favorites to look at because it's kind of disheartening a little bit. Impressions and how they led to watch time. So what are impressions real fast? So impressions are whenever someone sees your thumbnail and your title, and it doesn't count whether they click through or not. That's the click-through rate. So let's check out the click-through rate. So I have a 4.9% average click-through rate on my channel, which that's not bad. The average is between 2 and 10%, so you know that's pretty normal, about halfway through where I want to be. And so I've gotten 69,000 impressions, almost 70,000 impressions, and I only got 4.9% of that. Now, 13% of that was from YouTube recommending me. Now, stay tuned till the end of this video because I'm going to share with you a little YouTube algorithm hack that I don't know if you know about just yet. So I'm excited to get to that at the end of this video, so be sure to stay tuned for that. So then I got 3.4 thousand views from impressions. Now this is just in the last 28 days. I'm sure it was worse whenever I started on YouTube because I did not know how to do good thumbnails, and thumbnails are the key to a good click-through rate. And then watch time from impressions in hours is 126.95 in hours. So that's impressions to click-through rate. And click-through rate is really kind of where YouTube decides whether the video takes off or not, because the algorithm, and this is kind of getting into what I'm going to share at the end, just to give you a sneak peek, the algorithm is constantly watching the viewer and seeing, okay, what are they actually doing, and how do they respond whenever we give this to them. So let's say someone clicks on my video and they leave immediately. That's not really going to help. That just shows YouTube, well, they weren't really interested in this video, so we don't need to recommend it to more people. So even if you have a good click-through rate, it's most likely that YouTube is going to think you're very clickbaity, and that's kind of what's going to happen there. So you want to have a good click-through rate, but you also, that leads us to average view duration, because if they're clicking through and they're not watching the whole video, that's actually going to hurt you. So let's come over here to, I believe, engagement. Yep, engagement. So over here is where we're going to see our average view duration. So our average view duration across the entire channel is 2 minutes and 14 seconds, but I want to look at some specific videos. So this section is newer, actually. Let me know in the comments, have you looked at this section of the YouTube analytics? This is newer, and it shows you key moments for audience retention. This is key, okay? So best budget camera for churches, this is one of my videos. 62% of people are still watching at 30 seconds, which is pretty good. If I hover over this, it tells me that the average percentage viewed is 49.7%, and that's the average percent for that video. That is my goal. Your goal needs to be for your average percentage viewed about 50% at least. That needs to be your goal. If it isn't that, you need to work on your editing skills. You need to work on how your video is laid out, because people need to be watching at least 50% of your video for that video to actually take off and rank in search and keep getting views for months, even years to come. So let's also look at continuous segments. So actually this video, this is some important information, but not everyone watched the whole way through. It's not good audience retention. But this section right here, most people watched that, so maybe I could do a whole video about that. Spikes, these are where they fast forwarded to, like right there. This is how I edit my thumbnails, which is a powerful video too if you want to go check that out. And Facebook Live versus YouTube Live for churches, that's powerful. It's getting a good percentage watched, about 24%. That's not terrible. I mean, it could be better, and I can work on that, but I can also look at dips. This is powerful. So you can look at your video, so church live streaming tutorial, as soon as they got to right here, as soon as I said whatever I said there, they dipped out, okay? Or they fast forwarded to this spot just to see, and then they left, or they fast forwarded to like right here. So that's kind of how this area works. Top videos for watch time hours are here. Top videos by end screen. That's this whole section is super powerful. Top end screen element types. Engagement is powerful, and engagement is key. But that leads us to the next point. This is point number 3, which is average view per viewer. So far we have impressions to click-through rate. Then we have average view percentage, not minutes. So we want to see the percentage, at least 50%. We want a top 50%. And then we have average view per viewer. That's average view per viewer. So let's come over here to the audience tab in our analytics. So we have 4.3 unique viewers, 4.3 thousand unique viewers, and 1.3 average views per viewer. So that means every viewer is watching about 1.3 of my videos. And that's stayed pretty consistent throughout this whole thing, and I want to increase that. That shows YouTube that, okay, their whole channel is worth watching. Their whole channel is worth pushing to new people. And that's something that I want to increase, that I want to work on more. And I think it's an untapped potential for a lot of people because not everyone knows about how important that is. And then number 4, we've got traffic sources. So far we have impressions to click-through rate. Then we have average view duration, percentage, not minutes. Then we have average view per viewer. And now we have traffic sources. So I'm going to come over here to, I believe it's in reach. Yep, traffic source types. See, I'm going based off of what's in my head. All right, traffic source types. We've got YouTube search as the top one, which that means that whenever someone searches for something, my video comes up, which is powerful. That's why only 13% of my videos are being recommended from YouTube, because they don't need to do much. Most of my impressions are coming from YouTube search. Now, different types of, you have to pay attention to this, different types of YouTube promotions where people see your video have different algorithms. So it's going to work differently. So obviously YouTube's not going to have to recommend my video in search, but if I want my video to get recommended in recommended, which is on the home page or underneath a video, like let's say we're on this video down here, then I want to have a good percentage watched, I want to have a good click-through rate, and then YouTube's going to recommend that more. So that's very powerful. So that's traffic sources. Then my next one is channel pages. So that's percentage of viewers from channel pages. Browse features, external is 13.6%, which that means like Facebook, Google search, that kind of stuff. So that is traffic sources. And then number 5 is a secret tool in comparison. Okay. So there's a lot of this. I know there's a lot going on, and you're like, Evan, what's going on? There's so much information. But I want you just to take it slowly and just start looking through your analytics. Don't get overwhelmed, and don't look at your analytics too much, because that kind of gets addictive over time, like every day. Why isn't it up yet? Just give it some time. Maybe every other day look at your analytics, or once a week, once a month even. Sometimes I'll spend 3 months posting videos with my head down, and then I'll come up and I'll look at the analytics and see what happened. And I'll see, okay, so this did good, this didn't do good. How can we improve? So that's what I would recommend for that. But now it's time for the secret tool in comparison. So how do we get to comparison? What is that, Evan? So there is a secret in the YouTube analytics, and that is right up here in advanced mode. Let me turn this off so you can see in advanced mode. So if you were thinking that, okay, that was a lot, now it's going to get a lot more. So this is going to be super powerful. I'm going to bring this off again so you can see. So I'm going to come up here to the right corner and click Compare To. Then I'm going to click down here, First 24 Hours of Video Performance. Now you can take a look at all these. You can compare videos, but I'm going to go to First 24 Hours. And you can see actually the last 2 videos that I posted are doing better than any other videos. And I can change this to my published date. So since, let's say, I've been on YouTube for a while, let's just say since October 1st of 2018 to today, which most of that isn't necessary, but looking at this, so this one did pretty good. That's Should We Allow Unbelievers on the Worship Team? Then we had Rattle, Elevation guitar cover, Bethel interview, that did really well. But then my last 2 videos are really taking off, and that shows you that, I mean, YouTube looks at that like, wow. YouTube is excited about that, y'all. Like, that's exciting because that's something YouTube gets excited about. The last 2 videos that I posted are doing better than the other ones. Now, actually, this one's number 3. compared to number 2 with the interview that I did, but I think that's going to go up a little bit. Now we can also take this to first 7 days. Now that might change my analytics a little bit more because those last 2 videos, it hasn't been 7 days since I posted those 2 videos. But here is one of the best ones, a video I did for a town nearby me that did really good. So that's a powerful one. And in a second, I'd like to share some bonus tips. But if you're liking this, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and let me know where you're watching from in the comments. Gabriel Bella Music said like and shared. Wow, 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 wow. That's great. So I'd like to start really answering questions now. So if you have questions, put them in the comment section below. YouTube analytics are vitally important. But here is the bonus tip, okay? Let me know where you're watching from. Get your coffee ready. This is a crazy bonus tip. I'm about to shake your world, okay? Now, I mean that literally. Like this, I've only heard about this the last few days. You're getting the breaking news of what's actually going on YouTube. So comments and likes don't matter as much as they did. Neither do tags and that kind of stuff. No, whoa, wait a second. They still matter, okay? They still matter. Gabriel Bella was watching from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. That's what I'm talking about. Cassidy's watching from NC. Oh, and we got somebody watching from India. Great to see you on here. But likes, comments, shares don't matter as much as view duration. So sure, you can ask people to like your videos, ask people to comment, but that's not as powerful anymore as saying, hey, next, I want you to watch this video right here. Or, hey, I want you to watch this whole video because, and then at the end of that video saying, now next, you need to watch this video. Keeping them on the platform now is more important than engagement with your videos. This is blowing my mind. This is crazy because all my life I've known, yeah, like, comment, share. Like, comment, share. I'm always asking people like, comment, share, but that's not as important anymore. And I wanted to share that with y'all because this is powerful. This is really powerful. So stop asking people to like and comment because that's kind of become white noise anyway. Like this video, okay, sure. Or nobody even hears it anymore. So watching the whole way through is everything right now. As Gabriel Bella Music said, yeah, that view duration is everything. It's vital. And again, let's go deeper into this. Let's go deeper into this. I've got some time. You got time, right? Let's come over here too and let's go to specific videos. Okay, so these are the last 2 videos that I posted that are doing really well. So let's go to the Black Magic video. I'm going into the analytics. As you can see, this little gray bar down here is what my videos normally do. That's what it's doing. It's gotten 368 views in the last 48 hours. 14 hours watched on it, which is great. Here is my audience retention graph. So average percentage viewed is 63%. I'm excited about that, but I want you to watch this hook. I don't even know if you'll be able to hear it. You probably won't be able to hear it, but let's try it anyway. Let's see. Let me pause it real fast. The little waiting music. Let's see. Let me mute this in my headphones so there's no feedback. Don't want that to happen. All right. So I'm going to unplug this real fast. And if we hit play, it should work. Oh, audio's going out somewhere else. Okay, well, I'm going to fix this. I am going to fix this. Don't you just love technical difficulties? I like it whenever it changes sound devices. Like, oh, we're going to send sound to this device instead. There it is. Okay. Now the audio and video might be slightly delayed, but you'll kind of get the idea here with what happens. Let's see.
Warning, the Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro does not fit in your pocket. Hey guys, Evan here, bringing you more media tips and tools for churches. Today we're going to be discussing the specs and everything that you need to know about the brand new Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro.
So, yeah, and again, probably not on time, but you get the idea. I started it with, warning. That's powerful. And I was sitting right here, and that immediately grabs people's attention from any other video on this topic. I also went in and studied other people and studied, okay, what did they do, and how can I do it better? Because I want to get above the noise and make sure that my average view duration is 63%, which that's 1 minute and 44 seconds. Notice this is very short, a little more than 2.5 minutes, and I packed a ton of information into about right here. And then that's whenever they started jumping off, and you can actually, asking people to comment is whenever they left. So see, just proving the point even more. But that's where it's powerful. That's the average percentage viewed, and you can let's click see more and see what happens. So this is in advanced, and we can look at the average view duration. And you could also compare this to other videos, but I'm also going to go back and check out this video, which I think I did a little bit better. I don't know, just in my opinion. Let's see what people thought about it. Let's scroll down. So this is doing really good. It was posted a day after that last one. Oh, it hasn't. There's not enough information yet, just because I posted it yesterday morning. It hasn't even been 2 days, so we'll give that some time. We'll give it some time. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Next, I want you to watch my full SEO training about the YouTube algorithm. I'll link it up right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in that video. Peace.